Hey Loco, what's up?
Hey man, what's up? How are you?
Good.
Did you wake up
Just
early?
yeah, I just woke up about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, you're from America, you said, right?
Yeah, it's about 11 here.
Yeah, it's 7 p.m. right now for me, so it's quite a time zone difference.
I know, right?
How are you doing now?
Oh, I'm good.
That's good.
So, should I be logging on to the European server, or are you going to log on to the American one?
It doesn't matter. I can switch over if you want. I'll just switch over.
That make me happy.
Cool.
Then at least I get my awesome plat border.
That's what we want, right? And I can actually have a look at your statistics as well.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
It's always a little bit of lag whenever I switch over to another server. Huh? Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay, sweet. Real quick for the people in the chat, can you hear him just fine? I'm pretty sure you should hear him just fine.
Yeah, is my mic working good? All that?
Yeah, it's mostly the audio levels, because I can see a little bar move, but it's kind of hard to judge if we're like equally light. Sometimes, you know, one of us is like blowing the ears out, and it's hard to say. But if you guys could be commenting on that, that'd be sweet. I'm pretty sure it's good. It is good? Okay, sweet, thank you. Alright. Cool. Could you join group LowkoTV? That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Platinum borders. Or just the chat channel, that works as well.
LowkoTV. Alright, I'm in it.
He's a little bit louder than you. Alright, sweet. This should be good then. Novigen, is that you? Or is that
Yeah, Novigen.
Cool. The plat border is not loading, man.
I know, I'm very disappointed.
Battle.net strikes again. Alright. Oh, you've actually been diamond. Cool.
Yeah, twice.
Alright. Yeah,
that's why I'm a little bit frustrated, because I'm stuck in platinum, and I can't figure out why.
Alright, yeah, I know what you mean. That's the worst.
Your portrait's pretty baller, I'm not gonna lie.
I have never changed it. Hold on, let me find one. That's how much I care about my portraits, alright?
I know, right?
I don't actually have that many. I have a queen. Oh, I got that one. There we go. We're brothers now. Sweet.
Yay!
Alright. Yeah, so I'm just reading through your email really quickly. You said you've achieved diamond twice in Heart of the Swarm.
Yep. It's been a while. I actually started playing about a month before Heart of the Swarm came out.
Yeah,
so.
I just read that in the last month of its glorious Zerg OP life. I wouldn't say Zerg was necessarily OP, but we just...
Oh, come on, Infestor Broodlord, calm yourself.
See, I didn't play that. I didn't play Infestor Broodlord, so... It's okay. And you said, I need good solid macro builders to follow every matchup, especially ZVZ. Alright.
Yeah, I'm literally like beyond confused in ZVZ. I usually just follow like one of your all-in build orders whenever I do ZVZ. So.
Yeah. See, that's the reason why I don't really upload that many like all-in build orders on YouTube, because people start.
Yeah, you're the reason that people are being douches. Yeah, it's your fault.
I've actually heard people doing like only like 15 pool, 15 gas, 15 hatch hold-ins after watching the video, and having like 80% win. They're like, Lowko, thank you so much. And I'm like, no, that's not what I meant with that video. It's like to mix it up.
I need to relog. For some reason, it's not letting me load anything, so
Alright.
Let me relog back in. I'll get in LowkoTV chat again.
Alright.
That's funny, that was me. Like when you first uploaded that video, I
very clearly point out as well, do this only every other game.
Yeah, every once in a while, I remember. But then I was like, why do it every once in a while when it has like a 90% win rate? They don't even have their Baneling nest, man. Because
you get stuck in Platinum League, so that's where we are.
Exactly.
Alright, we found that. We found the problem.
Found a flaw.
Infestor Broodlord is heaven? Well, I wouldn't say that. Infestor Broodlord, for anyone who wasn't watching StarCraft in Wings of Liberty, the only thing Zerg needed to do is just make a lot of static defense, sit back, and make Infestor Broodlord. And then, once you're maxed out, you move out.
Anyone that calls that good gameplay is interesting.
Sweet. I already have a diamond level Zerg that wants to help out.
Sweet.
So yeah, we got 3 lessons to do, right? One for today, and then one for next week and the week after. I suppose we're just doing like one matchup each, or
Yeah, that would be my preference.
Alright.
I don't feel very confident in any of them, actually.
Alright.
I can macro the other ones at least. ZVZ just scares me to macro, so I usually just 2-base all in at some point. Alright, my plat border loaded. We're good.
We got the most important thing out of the way. Cool. Cool. All right. So let's have a look at your statistics really quickly. So have you been playing non-stop since Heart of the Swarm then, or is it just?
No, I took a 10-month break after I
you've
hit
that.
Diamond Ties. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool. It always surprises me how long Heart of the Storm has already been out.
I know, like, but my buddy convinced me to get back in, so I've been doing that.
That's cool.
And not being successful. Drives me nuts because he's a random macro player and he just stomps me every time.
Alright, yeah, so you were actually Diamond like a year ago or so. It's been a while.
Yup, it's been a while since I've played. Just picked it up again about a month ago.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so basically what happened is that everyone just got so much better at the game. And obviously, if you were Platinum a year ago, I'm pretty sure like a lot of people that used to be like, even like low Grandmaster League are now Diamond. Like the skill level just keeps rising and rising and rising. So even if you like stay in like, you know, mid-Diamond, you will actually be improving because, you know, everyone else is getting so much better. So that's probably one of the reasons why you're obviously in Diamond right now. Because Diamond a year ago was so much easier than it is right now. Like Diamond is already, you know, it's already getting... you would probably have won like the first 5 GSLs with your current skill level. Like, I always wonder that. Like the first GSLs, if you go back to those VODs, people will just play awful. Like, I'm pretty sure any like random Diamond League could win it pretty much.
Well, that makes a little more sense, I guess. People's skill level goes up.
Yeah.
Good, at least. Too bad I quit, so mine didn't.
Alright, so you've been playing quite a lot of games, 158 so far, so that's good.
Yeah.
And 57% versus Terran, that's sweet. And then 50% for Zerg and 49 versus Protoss. So all in all, it's actually, you know, it's not like the biggest sample groups, it's hard to say, but that's all in all. Like, it's not like one is like significantly less than the others. Some people have like 70% versus Zerg and then like 30% versus Terran, you're completely lost. But that's alright.
Yeah, that's why I wanted one for each, because they're all pretty meh. If I'm not over 60%, I'm not comfortable. Especially in Plat.
Alright. We can do that. We can try our best. So currently, what rank are you? Rank 21.
I believe, yeah. It's somewhere.
Alright.
A couple days ago, I was at 15. I'm guessing it went down.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so generally what we do, especially when people get like multiple lessons, like I said, is to just do like one matchup per lesson, and then maybe in like the next one to also have like a quick recap or just, you know, have a look at like a replay from, you know, the previous week to see if everything goes like, you know, as it's supposed to
plan.
be. Yeah. So that's generally the easiest thing to do.
Okay.
Now, sweet that you play a lot of games. That's very useful. Some people don't really play that many games. It's hard to, you know, notice improvement, but that's good.
Yeah. I'm a ladder hero. Can't help myself.
I know the feeling. I used to play so many custom games and whatnot, and now it's just ladder. I haven't played customs in forever.
Yeah, I just have a few real life friends that are diamond that I'm trying to get up to, so I play against them a lot.
Alright, that's cool. So let me write it down. So usually what I do is just keep a couple of notes like during the coaching, and I'll send you the like notepad thing at the end of the coaching.
Will I have access to any of the VODs?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet.
I can just upload them to YouTube no matter what. Or if like a really good one, or you want like other people to watch it as well, you can just put it live as well.
Yeah, either one's fine with me as long as I get access to some kind of video that I can reference back to.
Alright, sweet. Yeah, I can just put it like unlisted on YouTube, or, you know, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
It's the 14th of August, 1408, that is, right? Is that 8? Yeah, 1408. Well, yep. Okay, you're from America, it's like 0814 or something silly like that.
Oh, that's kind of funny. My friend showed me on your website. He's like, "Why does he do the dates that way?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure that's just the normal standard, except for in America." But we'll go with that.
I just wrote down 14 August. It's easier for everyone to understand. It's so confusing. Like on some website, you see these weird, like you're not sure if it's like the 4th of April or wait, that doesn't work. It's like the 5th of April of the 4th of May. Like what is it?
You're just confused, depending on where you're from.
All right,
that's funny.
So which one would you like to do first? Zerg versus Zerg, or you mentioned that.
Yeah, I hate to embarrass myself, but let's do Zerg versus Zerg. Let's get the hard one out of the way. The one I have no idea what to do.
All right. Yeah. So whenever we do ZVZ, that's nice because we can find like a gazillion practice partners. ZVP and ZVT are a bit more difficult, but most people in the chat will be playing Zerg as well. So generally, the easiest way to do this is to have me first like get a general idea of how you play, and most of the time we do that either through a replay or like I'll just have you watch. I'll just watch you play for a game or two, and I'll just take a couple of notes and just write down a couple of things, and I don't really comment on very much until after the game. So that's kind of up to you what you prefer. I don't know if you have like a really solid replay that you like to show me, or if you'd rather just play a game versus someone.
I'd rather just play and have you analyze it there afterwards.
Alright, yeah, that's cool. So most of the time we get like a couple of things we can work on, and what I usually like to do is just focus on 1 or 2 points at a time, and then the next game we focus on another 1 or 2 points. Because generally that's like the fastest way to improve, is just to take one game at a time and just focus on one part only, like on one aspect only. And instead
I'm gonna give you fair warning, Loko, okay?
What is it?
If I use the select all army hotkey, don't rage at me. Don't do it.
I wrote that down. F2 must be on, but no.
It's actually Shift R, that's how much I use it. I know, it's bad.
Shift R? Wow, alright.
Sorry, I play World of Warcraft. The shift button's my friend.
I know.
Until I go, trying to burrow some Swarm House or something with shift, then it's not so good.
I've been playing pretty much non-stop WoW today, it's bad.
That was what I was doing last night, so I'm tired.
Alright. Yeah, so what we're gonna need, guys, is actually, let's go with a Platinum one. I got someone from Diamond League here that asked to play earlier, but let's try and pick someone who's like somewhere to like mid to high Platinum. That'd be sweet. If anyone from the chat wants to play, or if you have like a practice partner for yourself, that works as well.
And then that Mono the Shark guy. Well, he's like killing sharks.
Oh yeah. He's already in a party. Mono want to play. I'm a Plat Zerg if you need someone to play against. Sweet. I don't know if he's in a game right now though. No, he's not. He's in the Evolution of Rage. That's a sick clan name.
Evolution of Rage.
You're in a party. I'm high gold? Nah, we can beat high golds. We actually have a gold finish, alright. At least you've completed the Heart of the Swarm campaign. I have yet to do that.
Wait, are you talking about me?
Yeah. No, oh wait. Oh no, I'm on mono. Wait, I'm on the wrong one.
I was like, I don't think so, man. I don't even know if I've done any of it.
Oh no, you haven't. Alright. Sweet. He's level 105, dude.
Oh wow.
Gotta watch out.
Alright. He's gonna bust out the random on us.
Okay, alright. So what do you generally do, ZVZ? Do you have like one go-to strat, or is it literally just the all-in?
Sometimes I do it just depends on how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm feeling like I'm losing a lot and I feel like being a douche, then I'll go 15-15-15. But other than that, I usually attempt gasless roach or one gas. My macro-ish build is just wing it, which is just a build normal, like 15 pool, 15 hatch, 17 gas, speed for next 50 Baneling Nest, and then just literally try and defend whatever Ling all in or whatever they do. The problem is when they go greedy, I just lose. I do that.
Alright, so if you play macro, do you like play passive or do you play like aggressive? Do you like go for like a big round of Zerglings and then switch into drones again, or do you just defend?
Especially like ZVZ, I literally just try and like get as many drones as I can. One of my biggest flaws is I cannot, or will not actually, take my third, because I'm just scared they're gonna Ling flood it and kill it instantly. So like the build you put up a few months ago was heaven for me, which was the gasless 2 base 1/1 into expand 2/2 all in.
Yeah.
So
that's generally what I do, and what a lot of like Korean guys do as well, because obviously you sort of just bypass the whole, you know, Zergling Baneling stuff in the early part of the game, which is really annoying for a lot of people. But
yeah, the problem is a lot of these maps I have a hard time like blocking off and like actually turtling up on. Like by the time Ling floods show up, I don't know if that's just poor macro or what. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we can figure it out. Yeah. I generally do sort of the same thing, but I play a bit more aggressive, I suppose, whenever I play just sort of Ling Baneling aggression. Because I found out so far, at least, is that if you're the one defending all the time in ZVZ, it's so tricky. If you're the one that, like, you know, pushes out really aggressively and then switches back to drones, it generally gets a bit easier, but we can find out.
Yeah, well, we'll just do this game and we'll see after that.
Do you have any maps you'd like to play on, or don't really care?
Let's just do the normal Overgrowth.
Love Overgrowth.
The standard.
I'm pretty sure you could like make a perfect map pool right now, instead of all these weird maps they're trying to put out.
Yeah. I just, what was that really old one that was out for like 2 years? That map that was just like heaven. What was that called? No, it was out for like 2 years. This is clear back in Wings of Liberty.
Oh,
really hard.
Metalopolis.
Oh, that was a good one, but no, it's the...
I think if you play Metalopolis right now, you would be absolutely disgusted by how awful it is. Like,
really?
it's really not that small or like that big. I always remember it being absolutely enormous, but for whatever reason, I played it a couple of months ago, and it was actually surprisingly small. Like, it was really confusing. Shakura's Plateau.
Oh, I should probably switch to Zerg, huh? That's probably a good plan.
Accolon
Why does
Wastes?
it do that? Do you know why it does that, Loko?
Because Battle.net.
Good old Battle.net.
Yeah, that's been a bug since forever. Shakura's Plateau. Accolon Wastes. I don't even know what that looks like anymore. Oh, Accolon Wastes. Oh, that is old.
That was a good one. I miss that. It's even older than that, though, the one I'm talking about.
Metalopolis is probably what you're talking about. Like, that was the one, I think that was the longest in the map pool for forever.
No, I don't think so. Oh my gosh.
Accolon Wastes.
This is gonna bother me. I'm messaging my friend, he'll know.
Alright. You want to start it or you want to find out first?
Yeah, we can just start it. I'm sure it'll pop up and I'll just yell it out.
Yeah. Anyone, like, that knows a map that has been in the game for Cloud Kingdom?
Yep, there you go.
Oh, alright. No, Metalopolis was before Cloud Kingdom. That one was there for like year 0 till year 3, I think. It was ridiculous. Alright.
I just remember watching the GSL and they were complaining about how long Cloud Kingdom had been out, and it was my favorite. And I was like, they're gonna get rid of it? No! So, like, I just started!
It's like an old friend leaving. It's like, don't go.
I was so sad. I'm like, I have to learn new maps? God. This game's hard.
Steps of War? No, guys.
No.
Warlords of Draenor comes out on November 13th. Oh, sick.
Oh, they finally announced it today?
Yeah. We're getting the news live right here.
Ha.
Alright. So just try and play your super normal game. And we'll go from there. If you have any questions, by the way, just pause the game or just ask me. Depends on what you're more comfortable with. Obviously,
yeah, I don't mind talking and playing.
Alright.
I'm usually talking with my friends. See his portrait and makes me want to 15, 15, 15. I don't know what it is. Just one of those things.
It's an investor, man. He's not gonna play investor.
I'm just like, no, you're dead. Dead.
You got a Zergling portrait, so... Alright, so I'm watching the game completely through your vision as well, so I know nothing more about the production tab.
Okay. Sorry if my keyboard gets annoying.
That's alright. It's the blue switches, right? No, they're not blue. Are they brown?
Nope, they're green.
Oh, shit, you got the same keyboard as me. Sweet. See,
Yeah,
now we have the
love
same portrait and the same keyword. This is...
BFFs forever, dude.
So nervous. Relax, Mono Shark. It's alright, dude. But you would say this is like your worst matchup as far as like understanding the matchup goes, or?
Yeah, I don't have any understanding. The other ones I get a lot. Like, I get them. But the problem is I just, I don't know, my macro is just really poor in them, I guess. That would be my assumption anyway.
Oh, he's sweet. He literally high-fived the drones. He could have blocked it, but... It's interesting he went for a drone scout.
Yeah, I usually don't in Zerg versus Zerg, but... Oh well.
Yeah, drone scouting is really bad as EVZ. Like, there's really no reason to.
By the way, on 4-player maps, would you? Just to find out their spawn location, or you just scout around with overlords?
Yeah, I'd rather like just use the Zerg leagues. Like a drone mines for quite a lot. I think that drone didn't mine right there for a good, I don't know, 100 seconds, so that's practically 80 to 100 minerals. So he wasted, you know, even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it's still a good, you know, full drone that he wasted right there that he could have had out. And I just, like, what intel did he get right now? He didn't really get anything. If it was an early pool, he was already too late making a pool anyway, right? Like, it would have already been too late, so...
Both went hatch first, I think, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Now, keep in mind, he's probably watching the stream at the same time.
I know. I was expecting it.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's always a kind of tricky thing. Because he knows exactly what we're discussing. Which is alright. Because, you know, macros should outplay him, but just to keep it in mind that he might know if you decide to go for any kind of cheese. Alright. It's the perfect execution so far.
Just forgot my thing. Oh, I didn't know he could get by there. Imagine my surprise. Oops.
Did you see the drone?
Yeah, I saw it going over to make the third.
Alright.
Just need to somehow get in his main and see if he's going for something I understand.
Alright, so it looks quite similar.
Yep.
So do you ever like die to all-ins early game? Or
Not when I see him go. I don't know. Whenever I see a hatch first, I always assume it's going to be heavy macro, and wow, I didn't build a third. That's good.
Alright.
So I don't know if that's like a safe assumption, or if that just means like possible ling flood too.
Yeah,
That's I mean I don't
there's
really
a couple of
understand the
moments right
matchup.
here where I think he would have just completely got murdered by any kind of link flood.
Yeah.
Which is alright. I was just wondering. Alright, did you consider like attacking that third base of his? Because, you know, he didn't have Zergling speed yet. Or...
I did not,
Right.
but apparently he considered attacking mine.
Alright, so that sucks.
Yeah.
I want to set your roach speed, by the way. I think it's...
Thank you.
Alright, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go for the macro or are you gonna go for that roach flood right now?
I don't know how I'm going for the macro, I just need to re-expand.
Okay.
I don't know if I can go for the macro anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? Like, after losing a third, it's very difficult.
I feel like I have to do damage, but I don't feel like I have the ability to do damage. So it's like, I get in this position a lot.
Alright.
Go away!
I saw the shift R.
Yes, I'm sorry. Habits, man, they die hard.
Alright, so one thing that's really missing is like map vision for the most part. Because you see
yeah,
the stuff move on the
watchtowers.
minimap. Like, yeah, you see all the stuff move on the minimap, but just not very much overlord spread or, you know, having any vision. So that's kind of a big deal, but we'll get into that.
Oh man. Yep.
Yeah, so he played pretty much the exact same build. He made a couple of tiny little differences. But he literally got a 30 supply more right there, so let's find out why. Because I think he can do it just fine. Yeah, Queen and Jacks were fine. There's just a couple of things missing right there, but we can work it out.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah.
Was that even like a normal build I just did?
Yeah, that's the
'Cause I have
completely
no idea.
default, like, yeah, that's the standard Zerg versus Zerg build right
When
there.
do you take your third in a standard ZVZ?
He actually took his a little bit too early. I think he could have just made Zerglings and got the
Understood.
cancel off. But you did. I don't think you were aware that he didn't have link speed yet. So generally you take it after saturating the natural. So that's like full saturation in main and full saturation natural. And then, you know, while you're teching up, you get the third base. And that's only like the standard for a little while right now. It used to be that people were really scared of taking that third base, but I don't know, for the last couple of months or last couple of half year or so, people just sort of have decided that whenever you make a third, we're just not gonna attack each other. And that seems to work out. Like, as soon as you see your opponent take the third, you should just take your third as well. Because it's difficult. Like, if you wanna try and cancel his third, you need to commit really hard to it. And if you then don't get it, you're pretty much losing. So, like he did right there, the third base timing was good. But just losing it was pretty much game ending.
Yeah,
when
that's
you wanna
what I
transition
figured.
between. Yeah. But that's cool. So let's just have a quick look at the game. That was well played by him, by the way. By you as well. That's good. My hands are shaking. You just whispered me. Alright, so I really like the Queen injects. The Queen injects were really solid, and your early game droning was really good as well. But there's just a couple of things I would change up if I were you, and that's mostly has to do with scouting and map vision. Because you know, you really weren't aware of anything that he was really doing, except for that, you know, one little drone you saw move right there towards the third base.
Yeah.
And that obviously told you a lot, but, you know. Yeah, there's so much more you can scout, pretty much. Alright. So, do you generally play this sort of build? Or
yeah, I don't go hatch first all the time. I just like hatch first on this one because you can get a really easy block on the natural if you see a Ling Flood. So it's like...
Alright. So, in Zerg vs Zerg, there's pretty much like when you open up with a gas geyser like this, there is really only 2 scouting moments that you can do, and that's right when the spawning pool finishes. So right as the spawning pool finishes, you make a set of Zerglings and you just right-click them in his main base.
Yep.
That is the very first moment, and the other moment is when Zergling speed finishes, because whenever you open up with an early gas geyser like this, you will, in pretty much every single situation, be able to run at least like a Zergling in his main base and figure out what's going on. And that went quite well in the previous game, but I'd just like to point it out that usually the first scout that you do is right when the spawning pool finishes, and you just right-click the Zerglings in the main, and then right before the Zergling speed finishes, you get Zerglings just waiting right there, and then Link speed finishes and you run in.
Okay.
Those are kind of like the standard ones, and you can get a lot of information for that. Yeah, he could have actually denied your scouting in this game, I think, but that's all right. Another thing that I noticed that was kind of a big deal that isn't really in the early part of the game a problem. Actually, it is a little bit as well. You have a lot of idle larvae all the time.
Yeah, I don't think my macro is very up to par right now.
Yeah. It's just a little something that you really, like, you had, how much, like 200 APM or something during this game? Yeah, 272. This should be absolutely no problem. So, are you using like the standard hotkey setup, or?
Yeah, I believe so. My hatch rates are on 5, my queens are on 4. When I go up to 3 bases, I use the backspace inject method.
Yeah, do you like make drones with like 4 SD or 5 SD?
Yeah, 4 SD, DDD, 4
Alright.
SD.
Alright, yeah, so
5 SD, yeah.
Yeah, just try and spam that as much as possible, because oftentimes just larvae are just sitting there, and that's really, like, it adds up in you know, a lot of supply. I mean, he had 30 supply and it wasn't directly, he had 30 supply more than you and it wasn't directly related to that, but I think you would have at least like had 5 or 6 more roaches out simply for just making the larvae into drones a bit quicker.
Well, my question, how do you know like when to spend your larva? Because like I'm always scared not to bank my larva against Zerg, because like if I all of a sudden see like 30, 40 lings running out of their base, I want to be able to replicate it with some banelings. And so it's like I'm always scared of not like just going 5SD and then all of a sudden seeing like 30 lings and you're like, oh.
Alright. Yeah. So whenever I play this build, the exact same one as you, right after making the baneling nest, I just make one set of Zergling and just put it right there on the top of the ramp. And I don't hotkey it and I don't do anything with it, I just put it right there on the ramp. And if I see him move out, I just make those into banelings, yeah.
And then you fog of war, explode them.
Yeah, no, I just make sure they're not hotkeyed so I can't pull them away. So that's one of the downsides why I don't like, you know, the select all army button.
Yup. Another one is you have your links spread out against Terran, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, Shift R, and all your map vision's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah. But if you want to play defensive in ZVZ, just make sure you have like a set of Zerglings ready to morph into banelings if he goes for aggression. Because I think right around, I don't know exactly where it is, right around 5.5 minutes, I believe. Like, he scouts you right now, he knows exactly what you have. And if he would make a big flood of Zerglings right now, I think he could just crush you, because there's really not that much, you know, that you can really do against it at this point. I mean, you can start your own Link Baneling stuff, but it's not really finished yet, right? So, if he would have gone for, let's say, a hatch into a gas, into a spawning pool, things would really, you know, he would just be able to overrun you. So, so that's the first thing I would do, is just make one set of Zerglings and just put it on that ramp at the very top when you play this style, and just let them sit there for safety, alright?
Okay.
And then the other one is just spamming these larvae as soon as possible. And that's probably happening in pretty much all matchups, I would assume.
Yeah, it does. I end up banking up a lot of larvae mid-game.
Yeah. Especially early game, like, you need to make sure you have 0 larvae available, like, at any point.
Okay.
So, you know, as soon as you have like 50 minerals, they really shouldn't be there. I'm right, 50 is acceptable, right? But you get the idea. Like sometimes you stack up to a lot more, and it's really not necessary. So right here we're going all the way to like 500, I believe. Yeah, it's just you know, it's not necessary. Yeah, that is the very first thing. Then next would be the scouting. Like I said, you know, the Zerglings is right. This Zergling scout right here is solid, but I think you could have scouted a little bit earlier as well with another set of Zerglings. Just to see what is going on, like, at this front of his base, because up until this point you really had no vision at all.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's focus mostly on that in the next game.
Okay.
And with
So
that
just
as well as
vision?
Overlord vision, yeah. So instead of putting your Overlord, you know, like the first couple you spread out, you would be spreading one right there, and one right there, and one right there. And that way you would have been able to get, you know, just way more vision. Because let's say in the later part of the game you have this base up and mining and you're fighting. If you don't have vision right here, you're just absolutely dying. Like, he can just pop up into your third and just sort of kill it and run away again. So
does the same thing apply against Terran?
versus Terran, you generally put them more in the dead spaces, so that'd be... Let's actually speed it up a little bit. So first Terran it would be right there, and then right there, and then right there, and then... You know, like in these positions that that over...
What? How do you ping? What's the button to ping?
It's Alt G, and click minimap.
Alt G. Okay, what about right here? Like on that altar. Is that like okay to put them on altars, or do they just get vision? Okay.
Yeah, in ZVT I would definitely do that. You can even put them right there, which is huge. If you manage to get an overload over there, and like one over there. The minimap for anyone just now tuning in doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's alright.
So basically you just have a glow-in-the-dark map, you're just like, hey, I see everything.
If you get overloads in all of these positions, you're good, man. Like, you will not need to worry about it anymore. Because if you take a look right now at your vision, like, if you just select an overload and, like, hit V, or just go to your vision, like, there's really not very much. Like, he could be sneaking out in all kinds of ways. So, how I generally go about placing my overlords, would be the first ones are exactly like you did. And then, like, the first one would go towards his main base, or towards his natural. Then the second one would go somewhere where, you know, the units would walk by. And then the third one would go straight to his third base. And even if you have just, you know, these three, if you look at the pings right now, even if you have just those three, you will know 100% of the time when he's moving out, and you can't really miss it. Whereas right now, it's a bit more risky.
Huh. Don't I have those overlords though?
Yeah, you got them, but they're just a little bit out of position. Like,
oh, okay.
I would put them just so you can actually exactly see it. Like, does it make sense, or?
Yeah, exactly where you're putting them.
Yeah, well, just imagine you're moving out from his side of the map. Like, where would he go? He would go probably past this point or past this point. You got that one covered, but the other one not so much.
Is not so much, yeah.
Yeah, and same for like this point, you know, and like these points. I would really try and focus on that a little bit more.
Okay.
What else was I gonna mention? There was one more thing. Oh yeah, right. And then you actually build it up really nicely, but you don't move out. That was one like major little thing. Major little thing.
Major little thing, huh?
Yeah, that's perfect English right there. That's right when +1 and +1 finishes up and road speed. Right now, you have like everything finishing up, and you really want to at least like poke out on the map. Cause what's stopping you right now from not moving out on the map? Do you have like one reason why, or?
Honestly, because I have no idea what his army size is like, and whenever I move out with a force on the map, I always end up getting crushed. Because I like move up a ramp, lose like 20 supply, back off, and now I'm just like way behind.
Alright,
Maybe it's just like bad experience, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think so, because the fastest thing that's right now out on the map, well, besides the couple of Zerglings, I suppose, are gonna be also speed roaches. So,
yeah.
Even if you just poke out and you know, you see that the army is too strong, you can just go back, because the roaches are not gonna be faster than your roaches, you know? So in ZVZ, you can pretty much always just move, right when roach speed finishes, and oftentimes you can actually do more damage than you realize with +1/+1 upgrades.
Okay. Did he not have his? Oh, they weren't done yet.
No, they were a little bit later.
Hmm.
So, you know, maybe you would have, like, maybe this is not a very good example for it. But it's worth to at least just poke out and see if you can do, you know, anything.
Yeah. Just like see.
Yeah.
How do you like not lose things? Like that is huge to me because like, do you just not move on to their creep if you see a force that could beat yours or what? I don't even know.
That's a good question, actually. How do I not lose things? I think it has partly to do with control groups. Because how do you like go to your army? Like,
Usually it just depends. Like, if I have links spread out, I usually have my army at the front, right there. And then I'll just like select that and go shift 1 and put it on my 1 hotkey, and then just move across the map with it and rally additional units to that group.
But let's say in this game, like you would have attack move right there.
Yes.
How would you like once you're macroing and while your roaches are moving across the map? How do you go towards your army?
Oh, I just double click the 1 button. If that was your question.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you do add them to a hotkey group when you're moving out. Alright.
Yes.
Alright,
yes. And like, yeah, in ZVT, Muta's different, Baneling's different, Rest Army different.
Alright. Oh, okay. I thought you meant with the Shift R that you were always like selecting.
Oh no, that's my panic button. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're attacking. Shift R, move.
Alright. That makes more sense then, because else it's so difficult to jump to your army. Let's say you like meet a couple of roaches there, like, oh shit, must click minimap and select my army instead of just 1-1 right click.
Oh yeah, 1-1. Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
So I think that like not losing your army is partly to do with minimap vision, and as well as overload vision. Let's say you have like an overload on top of this ramp, it's gonna be really easy to just spot if an army is up there, right?
Yeah, you don't just walk up a...
Yeah, I think that has to do mostly with planning ahead. So you sort of like imagine where the fights are gonna happen, and it also happens a lot more like once you play more games, you know sort of where to put the overlords. But I don't think there's like a magic rule for losing your not losing your army. I don't know exactly.
Feeling thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's hard to say. Like, how do you not lose your army? I'd like to give a more definite answer on it, but
you could always just say "be good," not "be good."
Yeah, I guess you just spread your overloads a little bit more, and like if you let's say would see these roaches right here that you can see right now with that first overload, if you would see them move forward while macroing, let's say let's actually go away pings. Yeah, so let's say you see this movement right there.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't want to walk up that ramp because there's a big chance he's just gonna be up there, right? So
get a nice little concave on me. Yeah.
Yeah. So generally you don't walk up ramps until you know it's 100% safe. And when you have a couple of Zerglings in your hotkey group as well, like you do right now, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue, but yeah. But maybe I'll come up with a better answer than that, okay? I'll try.
Okay.
I'll think about it. So for the next game, let's just do the same thing again. Except we do...
Focus on Overlord spread and spending larva?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
I actually write them down on Skype as well. So the first thing would be Overlord spread. Oh, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, either I'm being kicked out of Twitch or... Oh! Could someone on Twitch comment if I'm still live? Because I all of a sudden was not streaming anymore is what it said. That was really strange. Please don't DDoS me, guys. I would appreciate that. Alright. So the first thing would be Overload spread. And with Overload spread I mean in any attack path, pretty much. You know, where attacks could happen or where he would move fast.
Where he would run to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the second one would be Zergling scouting. And with Zergling scouting I mean right when the spawning pool finishes you send a set of Zerglings, and right when Zergling speed finishes is when you send a set of Zerglings. And then the third one would indeed be no idle larva. You're good? Alright. I don't know what that was, guys, sorry about that. So yeah, do you have any questions about that, or does that make sense?
Nope, that makes sense. Is it okay if I change up my build order and try and go gasless this game? Or do you want me to do the exact same thing?
Alright, no, you can do the you can do gasless if you want.
Okay.
It would just sort of make the Zergling scouting a bit harder, but let's just do the very first one then. You know, just the first set of Zerglings you scout with those.
Yep. Okay. And what am I looking for when I scout with those? How much gas has been mined? Like, what his general build order is? Pretty much the gas that's been mined?
Yeah, you generally check the gas geysers for him, so if he doesn't have any gas geysers, well, you know you can take a really quick third.
And let me ask you a question. If he has a gas geyser that's not being mined off of, and it's mined approximately 100 or a little more, then he's going for a Zergling all-in, correct?
Yes, yes. Then it's like the 15, 15, 15 stuff, or like a... You know, it's going to be a Zergling all-in pretty much 100% of the time.
Okay.
So if you see... If you get in there, and you did see, like, there's only 100 gas mined, just start making only defense, because he's going to go for an all-in, and all you need to do is stop that.
All you need is Banelings to stop a Ling Flood, right?
Or just links, queens, and
Spines.
the spine that you had right there. Yeah, generally you can just make a little bit of a wall off with like on this
Hold
map, for
position
example,
on ramp and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Like on this map, you could position them between, like between where you put the spine crawler and the baneling nest. You could just fit the queens in there and just create a nice little wall off. So that's pretty much what you're looking for. Yeah, that's like the worst thing that you could face. And you're very glad you scouted when when it does happen.
Yeah.
Because I think like in the first game you probably would have died to that, and it's not ideal. It's
I
not
do
really
have one
necessary.
question for you before we start the game. That's kind of a big deal for me.
Alright.
The reason I go 15, 15, 15.
What is it?
How do you stop from dying to 10 pools and 9 pools and crap like that? Like, do you just cancel your natural? Do you let them attack your natural so to delay and then get your spine up and then just go for an all-in? Like, I literally have no idea. That's where I'm like beyond confused.
Alright, so if you go hedge first, you sort of accept the fact that you will die to any kind of 9 or 10 pool.
Yeah. That
So that's sort of the thing, right? Like you basically lose versus any kind of 9 or 10 pool unless you have like gold like micro, like some of these GSL guys do. And they will just micro pretty much every circling individually. Which is why you won't really, like at the highest level of play, you won't really see that many 9 or 10 pools because they're just micro so well. But if
they are, they're there to kill the natural.
Yeah. But if you notice you're dying a lot to 10 pools and 9 pools and you're just fed up with it, just simply go for a pool first and then a hatchery. It really doesn't really matter at all. It's just gonna mess up the queens a little bit, but... The actual difference is
how do you
like
do that?
larva.
Like when you see the Zerglings move out across the map, usually you'll have just put down your hatch, your pool will be like 1/4 of the way done, you'll be at 15 supply, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that about when you'll see it?
That'd be a very, very early pool.
Okay, so but when do you like start building Zerglings when you see them? When do you put down the spine? Is it literally just the moment you can?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then like do you produce a queen, or is that a waste of larva at that, or not larva, I mean money at that time?
Usually you first produce Zerglings, then the queen, and then like a spine crawler if you can.
Okay.
And one thing I found quite useful is to let him try and attack your natural. If he attacks your natural, you're pretty much getting as much time as you can possibly hope for. Because if he goes for a 9 pool and he attacks your natural, you pretty much win. Because you gotta keep in mind, like if he goes for an all-in with a 10 pool, he only has 10 drones. And if you scout it at 15 supply, you have 15 drones. So it's alright to lose a hatchery at that point, but yeah, I gotta agree, it's lame. Like, there's just really not that much fun in defending like 9 or 10 pools, and it's very difficult. There's no like set way to do it.
And is mineral walking defending like really important to do against that?
I would say versus anything earlier than like a 9 or 10 pool. I'm always absolutely terrified of like mineral walking into 2 banelings.
Yeah.
That's like the most terrifying thing. But if it's like a 6 or a 7 pool, yes, definitely mineral walk. Like, do you die to like 6 or 7 pools ever, or do you not really face that too much?
No. Yeah, I just mineral walk and surround some Zerglings and slowly pick them off, and then I'm fine.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, but also to 9 or 10 pools, there's sadly no magic way to deal with it, except for like going just for a pool first and just making Zerglings, and you sort of defend it pretty much all the time.
Okay. Is there a way to go gasless with pool first?
Yes.
Or is it just awkward because you just produce 3 queens in the main?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's completely fine. It just works a little bit differently, and sometimes you don't get your wall up as nicely, so sometimes you need to like lay the creep tumor down a bit earlier, instead of like hitting the second inject. But you can go gasless builds as well with a pool first, just fine.
All right. All right. Well, that answers my questions. Thanks.
All right. Let's try it out. Actually, let's just go gasless right now and see how it works.
Okay. Because like that would be my preference is to go gasless.
Yeah, gasless I really like as well. And I actually don't think it's like a bad thing. Let's say you play on like Deadwing Ali, where gasless would be a bit more difficult. I don't think it's that bad to just go for like one of these maps you got cheese every ZVZ. I don't think that's like the worst. As long as you don't cheese every single ZVZ.
Yeah.
Because some maps I just don't really like playing ZVZ, such as Deadwing, and I just go 15, 15, 15 myself and just get the 50% win rate and, you know, just get it over with. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world, as long as you don't, you know, just CVZ every, or like 15, 15, 15 on every single map.
That was my problem, is I did do that for a long time, so I ended up having no skill or knowledge on the matchup.
Yeah. It's kind of a risk, like it's like short-term reward, you know, like you will get ranks very quickly, but after that at some point you'll just plateau and it gets
you'll just stall for like a year. And you're like, oh.
That's where a lot of people quit actually though. Like they get stuck in like, fuck this, Protoss Imba, and then leave, right?
Protoss Imba.
I heard that so many times, man, like...
Really? See, for me it's Terran Imba. Those Widow Mines, man. Those Widow Mines.
We'll get there next week, alright?
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright. Let's see if he's ready. Mono the Shark. We gotta beat him though. The guy's solid. It doesn't seem like a Platinum League actually. Like he was playing that really, really well right there.
Yeah, it seemed like he knew what he was doing pretty well.
Yeah, he's 33 and 21. It's probably Diamond. Alright, let's do this. Someone's asking what is a mineral walk. Basically what you do is you select all your drones and you right click on a mineral patch. And the difference between a mineral walk and a normal walk for a drone is that with a mineral walk they walk through everything. So if there's like a couple of Zerglings in between, they will just go through the Zerglings. And oftentimes with like a 6 or 7 pools you can, you know, catch like Zerglings off guard. You can actually get surrounds with your drones and whatnot. It's really nice. Alright. So we're focusing on Overlord scouting, so just spread your Overlord every fucking where. And no idle larva, right? So as soon as you have 50 minerals, you gotta be trying to spend it instantly. So it's alright to drone spam, but, you know, gotta be like 5 SD spam. Okay, then don't walk through Siege Tank. Thank you very much for
the useful information is useful.
Mid-invader said that in the chat. Well, there we go. It'd be amazing if you can like walk through a hatchery. Like everything becomes a nidus.
What have we done with the conversation, Loco?
Well, you can like do you like read the chat at all or?
Not right now, no.
Alright, yeah. The chat's always a little bit delayed. It's always like a half minute or so, so things become a bit funny. No. Someone's asking if you're Carl, but you're not Carl. You sound like Carl, apparently, a long lost buddy.
Well, that's good.
Alright. So, let's go gasless. He's once again going for a scout right there. But let's go gasless with the pool first. It's gonna be a tricky one. Or you're hiding it. Sneaky. Gotta watch out.
Versus Protoss, what can I do?
Watch out, he's gonna... It's so scary. Fuck!
Oh, he's gonna do it. What a douche.
You just saw it, dude. Alright. Oh, man. Oh, you could have made it right there. Almost.
Think so?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh no, oh no.
In the middle of the circle. In the middle of the circle. Thank you, Mono. Alright. Wanna make an Overlord? Alright, those circles
are... wow, I just went next level. I thought I got gas for some reason.
Alright.
Oops. Should I cancel a drone right now?
No, I would actually make a queen and extract a trick.
Oh, okay.
I do this sort of thing all the time. It sucks, but whatever. So right now, what you're missing out on is the first Zergling timing, right? Like you can't really scout. I would make one set of Zerglings right now and just send them straight across the map, and make sure you don't lose that first Overlord. By the way, I haven't really seen very much. All right. Just whenever you make an Overlord, just try and spread it right away, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Overlord. And then straight back into droning, so 4SD, 4SD, 4SD. Or 5SD. Okay, another queen. And basically you're still just trying to squeeze out 4 queens as soon as possible. That's pretty much the idea. So don't attack move with the Zerglings, by the way. I don't know if you did. No, you didn't. Right. You don't really want to be fighting with them, you just want to scout. Now you saw 4 Zerglings right there, which is quite a lot. I want to make another queen as well, and 5 SD again. So right now you saw a couple of Zerglings moving across, and that might indicate more aggression, so you could make a spine crawler right now if you want to. I don't know if you do, ever, versus like gases open.
I do, it's my first 2 larvae spent.
Alright.
Or I mean my first round of the natural.
Want to make an Overlord? Another queen?
2 gases.
Yep. Alright. So did you scout the gases right there? In his main? I don't know exactly where.
No, there was no gases when I went through there.
Alright, cool.
That's what I was looking for.
Sweet. So you know he's gasless right now. Now when you think about it, he's not gonna have very many units for another while, okay? So you could go for a really quick third base, because what's gonna kill it? That's the one thing you need to keep in mind. Like, what is gonna kill it? So still make sure you like make as many drones as possible, like 5 SD, 5 SD. And put the drones in the gas geysers. Alright, queen injects. Gonna make like 2 overlords. Yep. And try and spread the overlords, like the next one you make as well. Yeah. Wouldn't spread this one, but just make sure you think about where would you be blind. Right now you would be very blind on like the left side.
A lot
of
of spaces.
Yeah. Alright, wanna start the lair? Cool. And the Roach Warren as well. And double Evo.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay, Roach Warren, double Evo. And 2 gas in the main base. And drones. So even if you get max saturation on 2 bases and have like 5 drones mining at the 3rd, you will be actually significantly ahead. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it will actually give you, you know, like a half base extra income almost. And that's quite huge. So you need to try and squeeze out as many drones as possible right now, which is quite difficult. But keep in mind, he still does not have his own 3rd yet, right? So even if you have to cancel your 3rd right now, that'd be okay, because it would force a lot of units out of him. But well, it's done. So there we go. You see his 3rd.
Yep. So now what's the plan? Should I be building like lings? No, I mean like roaches or what?
I would establish a bigger economy than him. So you need about 6 more drones in the natural, like 5 in your 3rd base, and then you start making non-stop units. Because at that point, like the longer the game goes on, the more stuff you will be able to create. So if you start roach speed right now and you start only roaches, for a good 3 minutes, you will have bigger income than him. Because when you think about it, his 3rd is not even done yet.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you start making non-stop units right now, you will be able to just sort of outplay and just out-macro him right here. I generally like moving over my spine to the 3rd, by the way. It's just a nice little tip, because likely if he attacks, he's gonna go towards your 3rd base. So right now, for comparison, you just have more income than him. Just straight up more income. Just gotta macro. Just gotta keep the money down. Alright, so the map vision is a little bit better right now. I would probably send like another one over to your gold base, and as well as one to your watchtower, so you can just see a bit more. Alright, so he's moving, right?
Yeah.
It looks like he's going towards your 3rd, so as long as you get your army over there and the spine crawler, he should be fine.
I never even thought about that. Let's just hope he doesn't hit before 1-1. That would make me really sad, Panda.
Your 1-1 should be at the exact same time as his.
By the way, should I be making an overseer right now?
You could if you want to. I would just make one, yeah. Alright, so he's listening to the stream, so he's going to the natural.
Real? Alright. No,
that's such a typical example.
Alright.
Alright, just attack move, yeah. Alright, queen injects.
So he's attacking my 3rd as well.
Alright, I would just use your roaches here. Wanna start +2/+2? Oh, and actually, there's all your drones are dying.
Oh.
I thought you had the roaches on attack move there, but they were just chilling. Alright. That sucks actually, but alright. So let's move across the map.
Okay.
Let's start +2/+2.
Yeah.
And drone up the third base for like 10 drones. That sucked though. I think you could have like done a lot more there, but oof. Well,
yeah,
you set up a perfect concave without looking. It was sick.
I know, right? The best.
This is a difficult one though. So that all came down to macro right now, but you are 20 supply ahead, so that's sweet. Just make sure you get the bigger economy going again. So right now, you actually still have more income than him, so that's good. But generally, he would have made a couple of drones while moving out.
Should I still be moving out right now?
Well, I would actually go back. I would actually go back right here and just defend your third. It's a bit safer that way. The next timing window that you can hit is when 2-2 is done. So as soon as you make sure that you move out when 2-2 is finished, you should be good to go. So just start making non-stop units. Now, if you macro this really, really well, you could be maxed out before 2-2 finishes. Alright, so just focus really hard on maxing out right now. Next game though, we're gonna stop using the all army hotkey.
I know, right?
It's
I knew I was gonna get crap for that. I was like, ah.
Yeah, you're
the
missing
one
out.
part.
You were missing out on a lot of roaches in that fight because they were just standing in your natural. Like, it's so important to hotkey your army right away. Like when you make the army, instantly hotkey them. I think it's gonna be the next thing. But so far, this game is going great. Okay, so look at your Evo chambers right there. They're just about to finish up their 2-2. About 20 seconds or so. So I would set my rally points across the map, and we'll go. So in comparison, or like to let you know, just the sheer amount of macro right now puts you 50 supply up.
Wow.
Oh man. All right, you can take this still. It's right before 2-2, but you should be good here. Yeah. Alright, Queen injects. And just keep on macroing. Sweet. Well done, dude.
Thanks.
That went a lot better than game number 1 right there. That's funny. Like, it's a slight little difference and you completely rolled them.
Huh.
I think the biggest thing to realize in ZVZ is that all you need is a slightly bigger economy than him. Because let's say you have 50 drones mining and he has 50 drones mining. If you're both making roaches and you both have, you know, similar upgrades, the game is gonna go on endlessly, right? If you have 55 drones mining and he has 50, like eventually, for every minute that goes by, you basically are getting an extra minute, right? So, if you establish a bigger economy than your opponent, generally you will win. And it doesn't have to be very big, even if it's just 5 or 6 drones, like you had right there. It just makes a difference in 20 supply, which is 10 roaches, by the time he actually hit your natural. So that's kind of, you know, that's a lot. That is literally.
So can I ask you one question? Since
sure.
This guy doesn't seem to play that style, Muta style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, when he goes for that, and I scout it, and I notice he's got a bunch of gases, he's going Spire. Do I just try and hit him with a 1-1 Roach timing, back off, turtle up with spores into a Roach Hydra timing, and kill him? Is that how that works?
If you do the +1/+1 timing properly, you win every game.
Yeah, do you target hatcheries or drones?
I actually have a really good example game of it. Wait, let me try and find it. I uploaded it today on YouTube, actually. Let's see if I can find it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be nice.
It's called Roaches Counter Mutalisk. There we go. Let's watch it for a second. So I do the exact same build right here. Oh fuck, I didn't click watch with other people. Why can I not cancel the loading? Alright.
Selfish, wanna watch it by yourself.
Yeah, man. Fuck everyone. But as soon as you scout Mutalisk and you do +1/+1 Roach, you generally cannot lose.
Yeah, I've noticed it's like impossible for them to kill it before you do enough damage to just win.
Yeah. And that's really the reason why nobody goes Mutas. Like, Mutas just get owned by Roaches, and it doesn't make any sense, like, when you think about it. Like, people didn't, like, that didn't hit people until, like, a year ago. Everyone was like, well, Roaches can't shoot up, so Mutalisks are better. And then all of a sudden we were like, wait, what if we just...
Wait, if I A-click is natural, this works out fine.
But it's funny, because that, like, for 3 years or so, everyone was playing Muta, because nobody realized it.
That and Spores were balls.
Yeah, well, yeah. It wasn't even that big of a change, though. Spores already were very strong. So this is the exact thing right here. So in this game, I just go exactly like you were doing just now. Well, with a hedge first, because it's 4-player, but whatever. By the way, did you notice, like, the gasless build went just fine? There was no...
Yeah, there was no hiccups, but... those Ling run bys, man, they hurt me. Hurt my soul. Should I preemptively have a... Good guy, Loco.
Yeah, I was being nice to him, and all I get is like a smiley face. Oh, fuck you.
Like,
Like, yeah, cool story. But should I preemptively what?
Should I preemptively be blocking off, like, when I get my Evos and my Roach Warren up, first of all, don't block it with a Creep Tumor, but after that, should I be putting Queens on hold position there, just cuz? So that I don't...
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, if you don't really feel comfortable, you feel like you're, you know...
You only need, like, 2 Creep Tumors out, right? Just one to connect your third and one to spread a little bit of creep forward?
Yeah. I generally like to keep this energy on the Queens. And the reason for that is because if he is gonna do a +1/+1 timing...
You need the...
Yeah, like
whatever it's called.
Yeah, the transfuse. It's gonna be... It's huge. Like, this is basically a couple extra roaches, so you might as well. And you don't really need, like, 10 Creep Tumors going in ZVZ.
Okay.
So right here, I noticed that he's having the gas guys up in the natural or in his third base, right? So this is pretty much that giveaway that is gonna be Muta play.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's just insta win. So I just...
You're just gonna move out with 1/1 and Roaches?
Yeah.
Is that about it?
I'm just gonna make Roaches right now. And he's doing pretty much the greediest Muta build you can do as well. That's still, like, reasonable.
Well, let me ask you a question. Like, why is it in my leagues, like the lower leagues, like Platinum and Diamond and stuff, do they just not surrender when you, like, do a bunch of economical damage? Like, why do they stay in it? Is that just, like, because they think they can, like, win somehow?
I have no idea.
Like, it drives me nuts. Just, like, delays the game for forever.
Yeah.
Like, does this guy end up surrendering? Because, like, that's what I would do if somebody dealt a ton of damage with Roaches and I went Mutas.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he does actually surrender right here. But yeah, generally, like, in this situation, there's no way, like, there's no way you could stop that with Mutas. Like, 6 Mutas are just not gonna kill, like, 20 Roaches with +1 armor. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. And you're just gonna destroy all of his economy.
Yeah. So this is why Muta builds are generally bad right now. There's a couple of, like, some people do a lot of damage with, like, Link Bane early game, and then you can just, you know, macro out of it and you can switch to Mutas. But that's, like, a completely different game. It's just macro versus macro. Roaches are always gonna win.
Okay, can I ask you a question? With the gasless build, when are you generally supposed to take your third? Unless, obviously, you see them taken early and then you match it.
Right when you move out, generally. Or right
when you move out?
Yeah. Usually, though, I see them take the third base a bit earlier. So, I usually just mirror it exactly like you just said. But if I wanted to go for the perfect +1/+1 push...
Then you wouldn't until you move out. So you can do the max amount of damage in units,
where would that be? I would make it right around here, I think. Because I don't plan on droning it up. Like, I'm only just now gonna make a couple of drones if I really want to for my third base. So this is generally where I will make it if I get off, like, the perfect time. Turns out it's 10 minutes, but I wouldn't remember it like that. I would just be like, alright, when I move out with my Roaches, I will make the third base.
Yeah, usually I've noticed it's around 94 to 104 supply, like somewhere in there, depending on your macro. But you also have a third up.
Are you saying my macro slipped?
No, I'm saying you have a third. You got a spore and a spine on your third.
Alright.
Hacks. The hacks.
No, but you're right. You're right. Yeah. So that's why mutas suck. ZVZ, pretty much.
Okay.
So yeah, like you played it right there. It was really solid, to be honest. Like in that one game. The only thing that I felt was really missing was your control on the roaches.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think
Is there any tips? Is there any tips you have to have the map awareness that you're talking about? Because all this pretty much comes down to map awareness. Like me not noticing my drones were getting attacked at the third by like 5 lings and they just killed 10 drones. Like the not noticing and just accidentally getting the perfect concave, that was just accidental. Like that kind of stuff. Like how do you notice that stuff? Should I turn up my alarms? Like the alarm sound. Warning.
Yeah, I don't know. That's also a difficult one. Like how do you exactly do that? I think it's partly because you spend a lot of time like selecting your army, whereas I guess opposed to just making your army, you know, and just putting the cocoons in the rally point, you just 1-1 and just go straight to your army instead of like, you know, spending extra actions checking if you have your army hotkeyed already and then going towards your army and adding new units to it. I think that's part of it because it just takes a lot of time to not have your army in the hotkey to begin with. And then map awareness itself, I guess it just has to do, yeah, with audio as well. I don't know if you have the audio cranked up at all. But it's like, your drones are under attack. Like, that's really, it's like, oh shit, what the fuck's happening? I must check my minimap right away.
I gotta fix this so the annoying bitch shuts
not
up.
my drones. So that's one thing. And just, you know, focusing on it, I suppose. Like, just focusing on it is the one thing. Let's say you like play a ladder game and the only thing you're gonna do is like look at the minimap and just make sure you know everything that's gonna happen, and every time you're not doing anything else important, you just look at the minimap. Yeah, there's no magic rule for it, so to say. Like,
yeah, I know. I've heard that whole entire like every 6 seconds look at the minimap crap. That doesn't work. To me, at least.
No, it doesn't work for me either. It just. See,
almost like an intuition thing.
Yeah, I don't know how it happens. I don't think anyone really knows how it happens. But if you play a lot of games, at some point it's like, hey, something red is popping up in my minimap. That's something.
Or like you die so much to not looking at your minimap, your subconscious kicks in.
Yeah. Pretty much. I think it's just something that happens over time, and the only thing you can do is like put more focus on it than you usually would.
Like you
but
do
that's
pre-spread and injects and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the next one, do you know how to add cocoons to a existing hotkey group?
I don't. I always just end up adding the ones that aren't even made. I don't know how to like deselect the ones that aren't a part of your army or stuff like that. I'd never have learned how to do that.
Alright. Do you want me to show you once? It's probably the easiest way.
That would be nice, yeah.
Okay. Should just like load up a unit.
Ooh, do I get to beat Loco?
Nope, I'm just gonna play by myself.
Aww.
We can play a game if you want to. Why does time always go so quickly? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, right.
Whenever I'm coaching, it's like, hey, it's been an hour and a half. It's like, wait, what? What's happening? Alright. So let me just show you it, and then we play one more game, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Thanks for answering all my questions, by the way. I have a lot.
That's alright, dude. Questions are good. How to get more APM, drink more coffee? That's a genius advice.
Get all twitchy, start whacking keys.
Hit return to game, by the way.
Yeah.
Alright. Let me get this overload out of the way. So basically, right now I don't have any control groups, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know the difference between control and shift, I believe, right?
Control starts a new group, and shift just adds on to one, correct?
Alright, exactly. So let's say I have like this control group of 3 drones right here.
Okay.
Those drones, you know, I can do whatever the fuck I want with those. But let's say I make one more drone right here, and for whatever reason I want to add it to this control group.
Okay.
Right now, I don't know if you are on my selection, if you can see exactly what I see.
I'm on your vision.
So right now at the bottom, I got 1 cocoon and I got 2 larvae, right?
Yeah.
If I hit Shift+1 right now, it will add the larva as well to the control group, and that's where things get really wonky, right?
Yep.
So generally what you do is you hold down Control and click the drone or the unit in the bottom, and then hit Shift+1.
Oh, okay. So you hit the larva or the drone?
No, you hit the drone, because basically what you're trying to do is select everything but the drones. So right now,
okay.
if I make 2 drones, and I Control-click the cocoons, I have both the cocoons selected, and I then hit Shift+1, I will have, you know, this little thing right here. And if you do this with roaches, your roaches will walk towards wherever your main army is walking right away. And that's really important, because if you spend a lot of time, you know, like microing your army, and you're like setting up little concaves right here, and you're trying to select, and you're like, you know, adding a couple of units, and yeah, the drone right, or well, it's gonna be an overload apparently. You add that one quickly, and you don't need to look away from your army. You can keep on microing and adding the units. And you know for a fact that the new units are instantly gonna walk
to where your army is already at.
Yeah. And I think that saves a lot of time. If you get used to that, which is gonna take like, I don't know, 20 games, of doing that with pretty much any kind of army, it gets a lot easier, because when I wasn't doing
Should I just practice that against AI like a million times until I'm comfortable with it? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it depends on what you really prefer. I would probably just play unranked a couple of games and see if you can do it.
Might be better, yeah.
Yeah, but what I noticed is whenever I wasn't doing that, it would be like, I would have 30 roaches out, but 5 would be standing right here. And that's just, it's just 20%
inefficient.
What is it? Yeah. No, it's not 20, is it? I don't know. It's a big part of my army that's just sitting right here. And it's just not useful, so... what I would do is, let's say, I wanna, you know, 1 is my fighting army right here. And I'm microing right here in my natural, and I'm fighting against this guy. What I can do is hit 4, QQ, to make another drone, Control-click, and then Shift+1 it to this control group, and I can keep on going right here, without even looking at my head trees. So I don't need to worry with like the select all worker button or select.
So that's why I see the arrow always like by you when I watch your stream. Now this makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's units that are still in production.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was always like, what the hell is he doing with that? Like, I'm so confused.
Is there all these lines going? It's like, what the fuck is going on? And I think that's how most
Dude,
people
don't
do
rally
it
your
now,
drones, man. Bad plan.
But I think that's how most Zerg players do it right now.
That makes sense. It seems really good.
At least all the Korean guys do it like that, I think.
I'll definitely have to practice the crap out of that. That's gonna be brand new.
Yeah, that's gonna be a whole new mechanic.
Yeah.
All right.
Huh. All right. Cool.
That's actually a really big thing. Like you're gonna like once you get used to it, it's gonna be useful in all matchups, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Same goes for a larva. Like larva, we're just chilling too much in game number 1. You actually were
usually
a lot of minerals at the start of the second game as well. Because of that, it's like, where's all this mineral coming from?
Dude, you're APM, man.
What was it?
0.
Sick. Wow.
Still got mono.
Alright, yeah. No, I just saw Mana log in his Platinum League, or Diamond League, that's funny. Alright. Yeah, let's just play one more. And let's just focus on that thing, okay? It's likely gonna be a loss, because we're gonna be focusing on selecting the army like that, but...
oh gosh. Should be
it's alright. We win as
so
long
you
as you do your
control
army.
click the larva or that you're building units out of, correct?
Yeah,
you control click 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 click.
No, you control click the cocoons, no, not the larva.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. The ones that are building.
Yeah, so you control click that in the middle of the bottom of the screen.
So you control click all of them, and then you go shift army, whatever your army is.
So let's say your existing army is hotkey number 1. You hit 5 SR for roaches, and then you control click the cocoons of the roaches and hit Shift+1 again.
Okay.
Does that make any sense? Like it makes sense.
Oh yeah,
in my
no,
head,
that makes complete sense. I just was making sure I was gonna do it right, and I wasn't just gonna like macro a bunch of empty cocoons.
Yeah.
Or I mean.
Because else, like if you accidentally add the larva to it, which is gonna happen the first couple of times most likely, you're gonna like rally drones that are gonna be built after making the roaches.
Yeah, this should be an interesting experience.
Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Someone in chat is saying this takes so much more effort than control groups. Well, if you get used to it, it gets a lot easier. Because when you get used to it, it takes,
That's just
nature.
StarCraft to me. Like, things start hard and become easier. So.
It's just gonna take a couple of games to get used to it. If you control click all the cocoons, it auto selects all of that kind of cocoon. Yes. You can also, like, a lot of people double click. Double clicking I wouldn't do.
It seems like it would take a lot longer.
Yeah. A lot of people aren't even aware that you can select like all the type of units with hold down control, or at least everything that's nearby.
Wait, hold the phone. It selects them all at the same time?
Yeah. Let's say
I
if
thought you had to click them individually.
No, if you control click right now, so let's say you control click the drones.
Yeah.
You select all drones, and the same goes for all the cocoons.
Oh wow. Huh. Okay, well that's kind of nice.
Yeah, so if you build like a gazillion roaches, you just control click one cocoon and hit shift +1. It will make more sense when you try it, alright?
Yeah, for sure.
Coaching is usually 1
Not
hour.
really. Am I the one? Am I lagging out, or is that you?
I'm not lagging right now.
I'm just glitching, I guess.
I can hear you fine.
I just put in new RAM. Hopefully that didn't ruin anything.
Nah. How much RAM are you running?
I went up to 8.
Yeah, it's alright.
I went, yeah. By the way, in Gasless, is it okay to get 3 queens instead of 4 when you go pool first, or not?
I would still prefer 4, I think. But if you really feel like you're gonna need, you know, the extra 150 minerals, by all means.
No. Yeah, not really. Just was curious.
Yeah. I like the 4 queens, because queens are so good in defense, you know, and you don't really need the minerals for anything else early game. That's mostly the reason why it's 4. Like, if we would have a lot more spender minerals, people would make like 6, but you don't. So
Whoa, no drone scout this game.
Yeah. 6 boy incoming.
I know, right? I'm looking for the second overlord. I'm like, where is it? Alright, Mr. Zerglings.
If your RAM wasn't working, you would have noticed.
Yeah.
Like faulty
That's
RAM
what
is
I
the
hope
worst. It's just a full-on crash. Either that or it doesn't boot at all, so it should be fine.
Just, your computer starts beeping and you're like, what?
I remember that I have never like built anything with computers before, and the first thing I ever did was like add RAM, and I was super excited about it because I thought it would be super difficult. It was literally like, bloop, it's
Yeah,
done.
it was just like pop, pop, done.
Yeah, it's so simple. Green inject. Sweet. Well, see, that's a nice little win for you. I would actually just scout him. I would just send him all the way to his own natural. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Would lay down a couple of creep tumors. Queen injects first, though. Yeah. Queen inject in the main as well. Oh, that's bad too.
Someday.
Want to make drones. And drone again, and then inject in the main base. Alright, so we didn't really get a scout off right now, which sucks. So he could very well be going for all kinds of aggression. So make sure you position your overlords. Because things are kind of hard to spot. Alright. You noticing this?
Yeah, huge link flood.
Alright, wall off.
Yep.
If you wall off in time, you can easily hold this. I think the crypt tumor replacement is gonna fuck you up.
Oh no. I think I still got it. I think.
Alright. Oh
no. Oh man.
Alright.
Unacceptable. GG out.
Alright. You also forgot to hit shift +1, dude.
Oh no!
It's all going to shit now. Alright.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that sucks right there. You had the perfect scout, it's just like the little speed up, and the creep turn was in the way, which sucks.
Yeah.
You had everything you needed right there. We can just try it again. See if we can build it a little bit faster. Let's go to the point before you lay down the creep tumors. That's like a mistake you make one time with the creep tumors. You generally just put them back a little bit so closer to the hatchery so you're not blocking yourself. In that sort of situation, I would just make a full wall off. So, you know, 100% wall.
Oh, really? No, like, queens in the gap or anything? Just...
Yeah, because he's completely all in, right? Like, he's pretty much committed. And if you make a full wall off, you can generally get away with actually making drones and not even making zerglings. But at that point, like, the 200 minerals is alright. Yeah, you did see it. There's been some very clutch moments in ZVZ with this sort of stuff. Yeah, 228 APM is kind of sick indeed. It's good stuff. Alright. So I think it's right around here when the creep tumors get put down, right? A little bit before. Oh, I keep crushing his computer every half time. Alright. Okay, we're gonna back in the replay, okay?
Okay.
Let's see who's ready. What? You cannot take command of this replay while NovaGen is assigned to a player slot and using a custom observer interface.
What?
Wow. I've never seen that before. You can't. No, apparently you need to disable the custom observer interface. Wow. That is crazy.
Hold on. How do I do that? Let's go into options. Custom observer interface. So that would probably
I have never seen that before. That is crazy.
It's not that. It's a gameplay.
I think we need to restart the replay though.
It's because I have like this. This started a while ago when I re-downloaded HOTS. It put up a new interface for my replays.
Oh, you can actually set it up. It's in the gameplay options if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go to gameplay and then the bottom right corner, observer interface, just set that one to default.
Default done.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we need to.
Yeah,
load
we
it
need
up
to
again.
restart it. God.
Welcome to 2014. That's one that is trolling us. Yeah. It's a shame that sort of stuff never. Oh no, not this one. It's a shame that sort of stuff never got like changed.
Yup.
That's so silly though. Mono the shark. Wonder where that nickname comes from. Where does your nickname come from?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, Magic the Gathering.
Oh, another. Yeah, I don't know any about that.
Yeah. I literally just stole it from a friend because he played a hunter named NovaGen and it was like his favorite thing. So I stole it before he transferred over, so he couldn't have it.
Oh, okay, it's like the online version. It's cool. It was 519.
So do the overlords just like skirt past each other's vision?
Yeah. Sometimes you see the overlord kiss.
Yeah, so should I do that?
No,
Should I be like moving my overlords over so that I can see it?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so the overlords went by each other, but they didn't actually see each other go by based on the paths that they were going on. Should I be moving mine over a little bit? Like, for instance, sending it right there instead of right here immediately, so that I can like see his overlords.
I generally, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Like,
Okay.
it's no big deal. Like, the first overlord is gonna be there anyway, right? And the second one is hard to guess where he's gonna put that. So as long as you send your second or your overlord just straight towards his natural, most of the time you should be able to spot his second overlord.
Oh, okay.
I believe you did. I believe you did see that one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, eventually I did.
But yeah, I wouldn't like change your overlord path just to see his overlord.
Okay.
Alright, let's see if this works now. Yeah, it does. Alright.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
My custom interface, man.
Yeah. Battle.net fucking itself, like. Oh no, Mono the Shark. Mono the Shark is all tapped to the stream.
Let's wait 30 seconds.
There we go. Let's go. Alright, so put the cryptos a little bit back. There we go. You still want to make the big run of drones right here, because we don't know.
Am I building overlords at this point? I can't even remember.
You're 1-1. That's why I asked you if you were ready, Mono Shark. Alright, you see a move?
Not yet.
Alright.
Is he already moved out?
No, I just sent the first workings. That's a
Oh.
check test right there. Alright, there we go.
Okay, now I'll make the wall.
Quick as possible. Roach Warren.
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna need queens on this map. Better fucking get it! Better fucking get it! No! No!
Oh my god! Oh my god, no.
That's alright, dude. That's just a matter of practice right there. After dying to it 100 times, you should be good.
I should get the hang of it. Oh my god.
Alright, well, you actually didn't make all that much.
Oh my god.
You also panicked into another Evo chamber, I like it.
Oh my god. That did not go how I planned.
It didn't really go as well as planned, right?
Alright, I'm just gonna hold position now.
Alright, yeah.
Are we just gonna keep playing this, I'm guessing?
Yeah, well, let's just try and transition out of it, but... Alright, so whenever you're behind the Zerg for the Zerg, drone up like a motherfucker. That's the general rule. Just make only drones.
Okay.
You still know third, so it's alright. And funny enough, you're actually ahead in Hardfesters, which is the best thing in the world.
Because he didn't kill any with his attack.
Yeah.
Targeted the queens.
Yeah, I killed 4 drones. That's alright. Right, so you make more Zerglings. Which is alright. So just drone up. Just drone.
Even like past saturation?
No. Just make sure you get like 18 drones on minerals or something like that, and then start transitioning into that Roach +1/+1 push. Now he's having a lot of Zerglings out at your front, right? Oh, actually, you can't see them. I was on the wrong vision. But,
There we go.
So just plant fuse. Good. Okay, nice. So what you want to do is start roach speed and just make as many roaches as possible.
Okay.
Now this timing attack could very well still work, which is the funny thing, because all this while you're actually still ahead in economy. And you did see him take the third base right there, but it doesn't really matter. Like, Zerglings are just gonna die anyway, so let's just see what you can do.
Oh man, there's none on the low ground.
He spread to the high ground though. Alright, yeah, I wouldn't bother with the third base. We're behind right now anyway, at least you should be. So just go for one big all-in and just try your best.
No, the gas. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing the control. Oh no.
Oh,
no.
yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to that either. Alright, shift +1. Alright,
yeah.
so let's try. Whenever you make units, just shift +1 them.
Okay.
So roaches, Can make a couple right now.
Okay.
Let's not show them. Yeah, and then shift +1.
And then control.
No, shift +1. Yeah, alright, so right now you didn't have any larvae in your control group, so you don't have to control click the cocoons.
Oh, okay. So now I just move across the map?
Yep. So queen injects. Just attack move towards his natural. Queen injects. Then try and make roaches, and, well, right now you need to control click the cocoons, and then shift +1. And this attack move. You might very well win this. Alright, wouldn't bother with them, yeah. Well thought of that. Alright. I think you win. Wow. What is that? What's happening? Is this like a command center, or? I would just go for his natural drones, dude. I wouldn't bother with a hatchery like that.
What drones?
He's going Muta and Roach. Wow. I would go for the main base with half your army.
Okay.
Looks like he has a third base, so just send him over there. Okay, queen injects. Well, attack move goes to the third, yeah.
Oh no. Hold position queens. And then R, shift 1.
Great. And just attack move. As long as you attack move, your roaches won't start moving. Now the ones in the main base sort of went away. Alright.
Spores.
Well, yeah, well, I think you can just go to the main base and force a GG, but whatever.
Okay.
Else we just leave, because if he's gonna be annoying, that's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a couple more drones in the main. Because else the game is just gonna be, you know, a 20-minute
grind
death animation. Yeah. Like he's literally dead right now, but there's no way you can come back into this. But he might actually stake around just for a minute of fame.
I can GG out if you want me to.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Mono. Nah, that's alright. Sweet. So, all in all, that was actually well played. We managed to hit the goal as well, what you wanted. That wall off was a shame. But just imagine not having the road, like the Zerglings in your main in the first place. It would have been easy peasy victory right there. Because that would have meant like a couple more drones than you were initially having right there. So that's good, dude. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, that'll make it a lot easier for me to practice. I actually really liked that once I did it. That was nice. Especially with like half the larva, that's where I was like worried about it, because it's always easy to like make all the larva into something and then, you know, put it in a control group. But the control clicking I never knew about. That's really nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be really annoying at first, alright? But once you get used to it, it definitely
takes a little bit of focus for me still. But does it just become second nature after a little bit? Like you're just like, bam, bam, done.
Yeah, I don't think about it or anything.
All right.
The nicest thing is that you don't need to look away from the fight. And you don't need to like search if the units are in your control group, or if like a group of roaches is chilling in your natural and you're like, oh shit, that should have been in the fight, you know?
Yeah.
Because those are the worst, where you're like, you know, knowing that you do the build order perfectly and knowing that you hit the perfect timing and then finding like 6 roaches chilling in your natural. It's like, well, no wonder it didn't work, because once you start moving up the ladder a little bit more, it's really gonna come down to these only couple of roaches of difference. Because 6 roaches might not sound like a lot, but if you're up against like a group of Zerglings or whatnot, it's just gonna be a huge difference. So just try and practice it. It's just gonna be better in the long run, even though it's gonna be a bit annoying at first.
Yeah, I don't mind that kind of stuff. So definitely.
Sweet. Do you have any more questions?
Dude. No, I think I asked you plenty.
That's alright.
So, yeah.
Okay,
that's
cool.
That's about it for ZVZ. Thanks, man.
Alright, cool. I just sent you the CFC coaching thingy that I just wrote down. I didn't really like write down any build order, because you just, you know the build.
Yeah, we already practiced that.
Yeah. Just make sure you like get the idea under control that you need to establish a bigger economy, and once that happens, you will pretty much always win. If it's gonna be roach free roach, that is. So as long as you know, like, alright, if I buy a little bit more time and I know I have a bigger economy right now, it should be okay. I should be winning right now, because I outproduce him hard. And that's sort of what missed a little bit in game number 2. But if you like realize that, it becomes a lot easier.
All right. Yeah. So the VOD will be up on YouTube then.
Yeah, I'll upload it on YouTube if you're alright with that.
All right. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Cool. So yeah, if you have any questions
cool,
like during the week or anything, just let me know.
Okay. We'll do. I'll just message you on Skype and wait for the next day because of the time zone difference.
Pretty much.
So I'll see you next Thursday, same time then?
Yep. The 21st. Sweet. That's exactly a week from now. Awesome, dude. Let me know how it goes, alright?
Alright, will do, man. For sure. Thanks again.
No problem, dude.
Talk to you later, man.
Talk to you later. Bye.